So hello everybody. I've chosen to migrate all my weight loss journey onto YouTube, as you know, if you have looked at my intro video. So this is Michelle. She is my epigenetics coach. So just a quick recap on why I'm doing this. I don't believe in deprivation, clearly. If I did, I would be very skinny, like my counterparts in Singapore. They love depriving themselves. That's rude, but still true. So I don't believe in deprivation. I believe that there is more to weight loss than just exercise and food, because there's sometimes where whatever you do, there's nothing will move. I know that if I go on an extreme diet, such as a 1,200 calorie diet or under, I'll lose weight, but it's not sustainable. So what I'm looking for is a sustainable way to lose weight. And Karen Fun Fab 50 is about better quality of life with a better version of me. So today is one of my check-ins. I'll let Michelle explain because I'm not the expert and I better not make up shit for you. So go ahead, Michelle.
That's awesome, Karen. Thank you. So I might just start a bit with epigenetics is about your blueprint at conception. So right back when you were conceived, it's about your genetic blueprint right there and then. Everything we do, from our exposures to other people, to what we put in our bodies, to the air around us, to our environment, the heat, the cold, all of that sort of thing turns genes on and off. So we end up, however many years later, with the bodies that we have and the mind that we have and the bodies that we have and all of that sort of thing. So what we're doing is basically through epigenetics and through the coaching, what we're doing is decreasing all of that stress that the body hangs on to and the mind hangs on to, which causes us not to have our best health. So whether we're talking about mind, whether we're talking about body, we're reducing stress so that we can live to our optimum performance. Today is a check-in. So usually with my clients, I do it every 4 to 6 weeks. We do a check-in because every little step will make a difference. And as we already know with your journey, Karen, all we've really looked at is about your space, making sure that your space is comfortable for you. And we've looked at your time. So validating that as a stay-at-home mum, what you do is absolutely vital. You're not lazy, you're not wasting time. What you're doing is vital to your family unit and to the community, to the wider community. So in doing that, I think we've reached some success. And today we're doing some measurements to find out how you're going, how your body is coping.
Yep. So thanks, Michelle. So at the end of this video, you'll find that I have attached the previous clip to this. So this is not the first of the series. I don't know how many because I'm just migrating my content across. But the first 2 things that Michelle got me to do, like she mentioned earlier, was space. I didn't realize that I needed my space to be, I'm not OCD because you can tell I'm not. I don't make my bed. I like it messy because I like to jump in and it's all messed up. But there is a certain order, some things that's out of place, I'll feel very uncomfortable with it, but I never knew why. So we did that, as well as time. And as Michelle has told you, as a diplomat, I'm a diplomat. So if you follow Michelle, she will show you, I think, how many types? 6 types?
There are 6 types, 6 health types. And that's 6. Just the beginning. Because as you're mentioning there, it's very individual to you. You like your bed messy. For me, I like it made. And we're both diplomats.
Correct. But I always needed to sleep in. I just have to, and I have to wake up late. That's my thing. I can go to bed like 4 a.m. and if I wake up at 11, I'm happy. No, I'm lying. I need to wake up at 12. But if I go to bed at, say, 9 o'clock and asking me to wake up at 6 is still a no-go zone, I still need to wake up past 10. It's just my thing. I need to sleep. And I always thought, I always instinctively do that, but I felt lazy for it until I did this. So it's a good thing. I'm very excited about it. So in the next part, what we'll do is we'll do this measurement. If it's boring for you, don't watch it. Just skip right to the end where we do the recap of what this measurement means. Okay. Yep. Let's just do that.
Okay, so what Karen's done is she actually has our app. So all of this is basically tech for good. It's AI organized because there's so much information. As with health, there's always so much information. So we have a program that does all the data crunching. So Karen's opened that app on her phone.
Yep.
What it requires, first of all, is height and weight. So a lot, and this is really about measurement, but it's not about how much, not really about how much you weigh, what your waist is and that sort of thing. What we're looking for is the body's inflammation and inflammation markers. We're looking for all different ratios of measurements so that we can look at how is Karen's body working right now.
Yeah.
And that's the outcome that we're going for.
If you're sorry, Michelle, I'll just jump in very quickly. If you are confused about what inflammation means, I do suggest you look it up because that affects our body more than you know. I used to ignore it because I was young. I'm not anymore. So I'm starting to feel it.
When you're young, you absolutely can. So many foods will cause inflammation. So alcohol causes inflammation, sugar causes inflammation, but you don't. The whole concept of this is living your best life. And if having some alcohol, having some sugar and that sort of thing is part of you living your best life, how can we minimize the bad effects of it?
Correct.
That it's going to be part of your life, and how do we minimize? So Karen, have you managed to input your height and weight?
Yeah, I have. Just quickly, Michelle.
Yeah.
Can you give a couple of examples of inflammation in people's body? So just quickly before they even without going to look for it, they know.
Absolutely. So bloating. A lot of women will feel bloated at different times.
Is that inflammation?
That's an inflammation.
Oh.
So people who, as you get older and you start to have a bit of creaky joints and that sort of thing, that will cause inflammation. A lot of it actually comes out of the gut, out of processing food in your intestines and that sort of thing. And the inflammation starts there because that's our barrier. That's our biggest barrier to, apart from the skin, that's our barrier to the stuff that we introduce internally.
Wow.
So anything that causes, they call it an inflammatory response. So it's actually quite a chemical response in the body, but the outcomes mean that there's more fluid on board.
All right.
So more fluid. So even an inflammation might be, redness on the outside. You might have a cut or something like that. The redness around that cut is inflammation.
Yeah. Just so you know, Michelle's not making shit up. She's actually been a nurse for a very, very long time. So she's right. Yeah, she's right in her sweet spot where she's doing this, and very, very knowledgeable. So okay, let's move forward. Thank you for the example because
no problem.
What was that? I thought inflammation is, I don't know what it is. Like arthritis is inflammation, I guess.
Yes, arthritis causes inflammation.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So anything you hear, any medical term that ends in itis, itis, arthritis, anything like that has an inflammatory component. That itis means inflammatory.
Stupid itis.
That's inflammation of the stupid nerve.
Oh my God, I had to go there. All right, I'm ready. Okay.
The first measurement that we're going to do is basically we want to get the widest part of your head. So if you go from your eye up towards your forehead, you'll feel that you'll have a little rise. Some people have a bigger rise, but just around where the eyebrow is. So just start on the inside and you'll feel that rise. So that's the front. And at the back, we want to go to the part that sticks out the furthest. So we want the greatest circumference of your head.
Oh my God, this is hard. This is challenging. Look at me. Okay.
So just turn on the side for me and I'll make sure it's all straight. So you need to just lift your chin a bit for me. Yep, fantastic. Looks
pretty accurate, right? Okay.
You could come down a little bit at the back. Just make sure you're on the bit that sticks out. Yep, that's perfect.
Okay. Okay, that was hard. Okay.
So that's the head measurement. I love doing these. It's just so like when you get all the measurements down and you have a look and you just go, wow, that's what that means.
Yeah, because I mean, okay, never mind. We'll talk about this after. And the jaw?
Okay, the jaw, we're going from where the jawbone
Yeah.
goes into the skull.
Yeah,
So
here.
if you move your mouth, move
Yeah.
your jaw up and down, you feel where the joint is.
Yeah.
So we want to move, so I want to measure from the top of the joint to the corner of your jaw. That's the first step.
Yeah.
And then from the corner of the jaw all the way around to halfway around the chin. So just hold it at the corner and it comes halfway around your chin.
Yeah.
And that's your measurement to put in for your jaw.
And my phone won't stop going back to sleep. That would be good. My phone's got behavior like mine.
Maybe it's a diplomat.
I know. I need to go to sleep now. Okay.
Okay, so the neck, what we're feeling for is the lip bone that is typically an Adam's apple in a man.
Yeah.
And we're going just underneath it.
Yeah.
So all the way around the neck and just underneath that little bone. So sometimes people, depending on your neck, it can be straight. Other people have it end up on an angle because of the height of the neck.
Sure. Looks about right.
Yeah. Just turn on the side for me. Yep, great. Fantastic.
So everyone, so the last time I did this measurement, my husband measured me, just so you know. There was a lot of kerfuffle. Actually, maybe this is easier. He doesn't watch my YouTube stuff, so I can say bad things about it. So this is easier.
It was quite interesting.
Oh, God. Okay, chest.
Okay. So the next ones come with a bit of an exercise. So the outcome we're looking for is to get your chest in the middle between inhalation and exhalation.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're going to do is I want the tape measure around your back, right up into your armpits. So we're measuring at the top of the chest.
Yep.
And what you need to do is breathe a big breath in, big breath out, and then come back to about halfway, and that's where we're measuring. So just make sure that the tape measure will come out and come back in, and then go to halfway. Does that make sense? Because we want the rib cage to go out, come in, and then rest.
Got it. Okay.
And the next measurement is basically just under the bust for a woman. So if you're wearing an underwire bra, it's where the underwire sits. For men, it's typically just under the pecs. So the same exercise again. We want the rib cage to come out, come in, and then rest. And that's where you take the measurement.
Yep.
Okay. Now the next one, I'm going to stand up so that you can see. What we're looking for is when you go to the side, when you lean to the side, we're looking at the place where you bend, which is typically at the bottom of your ribs.
Yeah.
So this is the waist measurement that we're doing now. So we're looking at where you bend.
Yeah.
We do it on both sides. So when you've got the tape measure in place, just bend again and make sure.
Yeah. Got it.
Yep. Okay. And I've got my Christmas t-shirt on today because it's the 1st of November.
Yeah, we love Christmas.
I figured why not? I only get to wear it for one season, so
that's it. Okay.
Okay, so then we're going to go to the upper body, and this is where we really get into the inflammatory markers. So
the bum?
No, on your non-dominant side, we're
We're not doing the bum.
Oh, we're doing the bum. Okay, let's do the glutes. I beg your pardon. That's right, one more. So what I want you to do is actually find the hip joint, not what we commonly think of as the hip, where we carry children, but the joint itself. So if you lift your leg out, you can feel where the leg fits into the pelvis.
Yeah.
So that's the level that we're going to measure at. And typically that will get in the largest part of the glutes. And remember that because we're coming back to it when we do the lower body.
Sure. Okay, now we're ready to go arms. Okay.
Okay, so for the arm, what I'd like you to do is just make a loop and stick your arm through, non-dominant arm, please. And I want to make sure that we're measuring the elbow crease. So at the level of the elbow crease, taking into account the elbow bone that sticks out when you bend. So just a straight arm and just a measurement there.
Okay.
For the next one, we'll do the wrist. So just moving down. And what I'd like you to do is see the bone that sticks out of your wrist there. I want you to be on the elbow side of that when you take the measurement.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. The next one will be the hand. And what we're measuring is from the crease that's closest to your palm all the way to the longest finger, which is typically the middle finger.
Yes. Yes. Yep.
Okay. And then we want to leave the beginning of the tape measure there and measure to the bottom crease of that same finger, where the palm meets that finger.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Now we're moving to the lower body.
Really? Seriously?
I think so. Have I missed
it? No. They're telling me. So, oh yeah, okay, I did say wrongly. It's 9.9. 9.5. I put down the wrong number and the computer is telling me, are you sure? You should go. You got the smallest hand in the world. Are you sure? I'm like, okay. Oops.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, legs.
Okay, now we're going to do a thigh measurement, but to do that, we do it in 2 steps. The first step is to find the middle of the thigh, like the length. We're going to find the middle, and then we're going to do the circumference. We'll measure around. So to do that, remember how we found the hip joint?
Yep.
Want to go from that place on the side down to the crease of your knee.
Yep.
Okay, and halve that measurement. So whether you just divide the tape in half or you work out what half is, you find the halfway point on your leg and you turn the tape around and measure your thigh.
Yep.
That makes sense?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So I'm just going to put my camera down a little bit and you can see my doggy there. He's come in because I was talking to someone. He's come in. The next measurement will be the knee.
Yeah.
So we need to be doing this on the non-dominant side again.
Yep.
So as with the elbow, we're measuring the crease and we're making sure that we get that knee bone in the middle.
Yep.
So the patella.
Yep.
Okay, the next one is the calf. So what we're looking to do is just measure the widest part of the body of the calf.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's about there.
Yep. Okay.
And that will vary on different people because calves form differently.
Yep. Okay.
And the next one is similar to the wrist. We're actually going just above those bones in the ankle, the malleoli.
Yep.
We're going just above those.
Yep.
So the knee side to measure
Yep.
the ankle.
Yep.
Okay. And the last one is about measuring the length of your foot. So remembering that just like when you're wearing a shoe,
Yeah.
the heel of the shoe comes down from that outcrop there.
Yep.
So you want to measure basically in line with that outcrop to the length, to the end of your longest toe. The way I find easiest, pop your tape measure down on the floor and then place your foot onto it.
Yep. Got it.
Okay. And then you should be able to click update.
Get my results.
Yes, get my results. That sounds awesome. So once you've done that, I'll look at the coaching panel. Do you mind if I look at the coaching panel?
No.
Just do this.
All right. I'm just going to jump out for a minute. My dog's creating a noise outside. So Michelle will entertain you with some more information about, how about just talk about what other health types are there?
Okay,
Oh,
awesome.
my
Absolutely.
thing's not loading, but hopefully it loads.
It'll take about 30 seconds to a minute to update. So there are 6, as we mentioned earlier, there are 6 different health types, and it all comes along, if you've heard of ectomorph, mesomorph, endomorph, they all are generated from those types of bodies. Now, we have everything from people who are the health type called activator, and they tend to be the people that are in action all the time. And then we have a connector, and as you can imagine from the name of that, a connector is someone who loves to connect with people. They really get a real shot of oxytocin by connecting with people. And then we have guardians. Now, guardians tend to be our foundations of our community. So they tend to be fairly large-boned, larger framed people. And for guardians, it really is about nurturing. If they can nurture people, if they can nurture themselves, they can really get the best out of their bodies and their minds. And then we have the diplomats. The diplomats are quite close to guardians in a lot of things that we do. And we'll continue on the diplomat journey with Karen. Next comes sensors. Now, sensors, if you think of a little bird, a sensor is kind of, it's all about the sensory input. So listening and seeing and smelling and hearing and touch, things that touch their skin. And I always think of a sensor. If I want to know what's going on, I'll go and talk to a sensor, because they're the people that have a finger on the pulse of everything. And then we have the final type, it's called a crusader. And crusader is just as they sound. It's like a white knight on a horse off to the crusades, and they've got their mission and they're focused on their mission. And you might know someone like this because they're not very good at relationships, but they don't understand why they're not good at relationships, because they're focused on the mission. And surely everybody else is focused on that too. They just don't understand it. And it's actually really quite interesting to watch these health types at play and how it presents for individuals. Because just because you're one particular health type and we say, you know, it's about the mission, for every different person that is that health type, their mission is different in their lives, and how it works in their life is absolutely different, which is the beauty of epigenetics coaching, because you really are an individual. There might be kind of umbrella terms and all of that sort of thing, but then we look at how does it fit in your life. So unlike exercise programs and that sort of thing, which are tailored for you, this actually is tailored. This is individualized to a greater degree. So, and through the app, it actually tells you why this exercise is good for you, why this food is good for you, why this lifestyle is good for you, why you think a particular way, why you socialize a particular way, and what you like to do. Just a moment.
That's her turn to organize her dog. So it's all good? Are you good? Oh, she's a lot more thoughtful than I am.
I think we've just about got it under control. Allow me to shut the door.
Yeah, a doggy is new, that's why. So just to put a caveat on my measurement in case it didn't turn out as expected, I started to see a difference about 2 to 3 weeks in after we did a couple of the things. However, I'm just having some personal drama I have to deal with. And the survival mechanism has kicked in. And as with many people, the survival mechanism is emotional eating, and the best part of it all, I eat to comfort myself, and I drink alcohol to escape it all. So there has been a lot of it, a lot. So if today the outcome shows that if the needle hasn't moved, it is a good thing, because that was how I got so huge over COVID. There was so much eating and drinking. Oh, you won't believe. I had a lot of fun though, so there's no bad thing to say about that. Now we're just waiting on Michele to see what's up. So Michele, if you check your messenger, I did send you something. Can you have a quick look?
Oh, sure. Absolutely. Right. That's very interesting. Your measurements have, because you can alter, we assess it on a 360-degree circle, and we assign a health type via whatever degree you are, and it's in five degree increments. And I see, Karen, that your increment has changed to push you into a guardian. So you were fairly close to the guardian border.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. And it really is about looking at, over time, one set of measurements. Traditionally, there's nothing there. We need to look at trends, because one set of measurements doesn't give us enough information to really make a decision. So it's trending, and that's also why I do measurements every 4 to 6 weeks, to just make sure that we're going, that we're getting accuracy.
Yeah.
So because your big umbrella health type has moved a smidgen over into guardian,
yeah,
it means that all your profile behind the scenes will have adjusted to how do we get the best from your body as it is right now.
This is just messing with me, right? This is just wanting to mess with me, because so to give you some background, I came up as a diplomat the first time we did a measurement, but I sit very close, like what Michele said though. Maybe Michele can pull up the diagram to show you. I'll let her share screen so you can have a quick look, so that you understand what this is about, rather than you're like, oh, I don't want you to have to leave this video to go and look for research yourself because I'm lazy. All right, no. Let's not say negative things about ourselves. I like efficiency. So if you can see it all in one place, why not? So my profile set very close to Guardian. I'm actually like on the border, like Singapore, Malaysia kind of border, really close. And today, my profile changed, which is why I took a screenshot for her. I said, oh, okay, what's happening? What's happening? Why has it changed? Okay. She's very still.
Sorry, I'm just trying to.
She's very still. I'm like, is she here still?
It's telling me that it can't open for whatever reason, but it can open. I know it can because I've opened it before. So just a little moment. I might have to bring up a different one. There we go.
All right. I mean, I'll just chat along because I love talking. So when I first heard about this and all the different names, I didn't want to be a diplomat. There's so many of them. It's like, this is boring. I want to be a crusader. I want to be an activator. And Michele just shut me down. She said, yeah, you don't have the body type for it. I can tell. I'm like, boo, boo. Apparently they have a particular athletic body type and I don't have. I have the comfy body type, which is fair. But I reckon Marilyn Monroe will be either guardian or diplomat because we're curvy people, no?
That's right, we're curvy. We're curvy. So diplomats and guardians tend to be curvy because of and as I was saying before, people may have heard of endo, ecto, mesomorphs. So as an endomorph, we have a lot of energy when we were being formed. A lot of energy went into our internal organs. And for a diplomat, the most energy went into internal organs and skin and brain, whereas for guardians, who are true endomorphs, most of the energy went into their internals. So they have a very long digestive system. There's particular things that we need to think about when we're talking about food and digestion and all of that sort of thing. I've actually got that up at the moment.
So if you just quickly share screen.
I will.
We can show everyone what this is about.
So yeah, so this is what we're talking about now when I say about the circle and the degrees and that sort of thing. So Karen has essentially moved from being on the edge of a diplomat to right on the edge of being both.
Really?
Both, yeah. You're basically on the edge of being both at 270.
Oh my God, I was at 280.
Yeah.
No, I just want to pick one side.
You just want to pick one, and I'll pick one, and I'll be a crusader.
That's it. Sounds so cool.
But yeah, so that's what that's about. So Karen, when we go back to look, I'll stop sharing now. When we go back to look at your behind the scenes recommendations for food, for exercise, for all of that sort of thing, it may have changed a little bit. It won't have changed significantly, but it may have changed a little bit. And I think the fact that you're right on the border, you have tendencies of both. So it's a combination now of looking at, okay, well, what works for you from each of the profiles, what actually works for you. And the beauty is the technology has done all the crunching.
Okay.
That's the beauty of it. It's done all the crunching. So now it's just a matter of us going through and saying, this resonates, this doesn't resonate. What would happen if you tried? Just give this a go and see whether it works for you or not. Because a lot of this is, how does it fit into my life? As I've been saying all the way along, how does it fit into my life? And as we age, as we grow, we adopt a number of beliefs, we adopt a number of habits, all of that sort of thing. And now we start to go, but does it make me feel the best? Is it making me the best person I can be in terms of, is it the best thing for my body? Is it the best thing for my mind? Let's look at that, and let's, maybe we'll experiment and try out something for a week or 2 weeks and just see, does it make me feel better? How do I perform better? So for an activator, for example, that I've worked with, she tended to have I think 3 main meals. She was sticking to 3 main meals, whereas for her, because she's so active, it's about mind clarity for her. She needs to be able to think straight. And so adding in a piece of fruit mid-morning, all of a sudden, by the time she got to late morning, she was like, I haven't got the fog. The fog I used to have. So that's just one example. And that was an easy example.
Yep.
So there's so much to gain.
So the outcome today was that I've crossed over to the other side. And what else does the dashboard tell us? Because Michele has access to the coaching dashboard that the members don't get access to. So what else does the dashboard tell us today, Michele?
Well, the dashboard actually tells us that, Karen, you've lost some weight.
Oh shit, really?
Yes.
I'll have you know, everybody, I've been eating. My comfort food is instant noodle. I don't can I'm Asian. Come on, look at my face. Our favorite food is instant noodle and fried chicken. All right. So I've been eating that because it comforts me, and drinking like a ton of alcohol every day. My skin is so dry, it's not funny. Anyway.
So it actually tells me that that you've lost some weight.
Where? On my fingers?
I don't know. See, and it could be, it's not a great amount, so it could actually be fluid. It's quite likely.
No, if anything, I'm retaining fluid. I can feel it in my face.
But we're talking about the measurements that we did a little while
prior
ago.
Yeah.
You may have been carrying more fluid, and now so at that time you weren't carrying as much, you've carried more, and today you're not carrying as much.
How very interesting. Okay.
So you can still be carrying fluid. It's not
Yep.
to say that all the fluid's gone, but it's just a little bit down.
Yeah. Okay. So with that, we're just going to round up this. I'm going to put up more discussions that I have with Michele with regards to what I'm doing or what I'm up to. If you guys are interested in epigenetics, I'm going to drop her link in the comments so you can go and check it out. Otherwise, if you're unsure, I'll be uploading more videos of the things I've been doing. So I don't know whether there's a lot of protocol change because of I've gone to the other side. If there is, I will post updates. So with me, you get to see two sides, the diplomat side and the guardian side. But know this, these two profiles sit side by side. So there has got to be some crossover of some sort. Anything else to add, Michele?
No, that's fabulous, Karen. And I really want to say thank you for making this so public, because often we struggle with our weight or we struggle with our appearance, and we do it so privately because it's such a touchy subject because of the social conditioning.
Correct.
We all should look like this, and this is what we see in magazines and all of that sort of thing. What it doesn't take into account is I am never going to be a 6'3" supermodel.
Yeah.
It's not in my genetics. It's not going to be. But how can I get the best out of the body that I've been given?
Correct.
Oh boy. That's awesome.
Right. That's right. And things change as you get older. I've
Absolutely.
always taken my body for granted. I continue to do so, but I don't want to. And Michele is such an awesome coach. I really enjoy my time with her. So don't worry, I still have a lot of time with her. She's not escaping me yet. So so look out for the next update. Otherwise, I'll link up more videos that's related to this. You should be all in the same playlist. So have a look. Okay. Bye till next time.